Well, I've been shooting archery since I was right around 3 years old. My dad got me into it at a young age. I just kind of fell in love with it. I started shooting tournaments with it when I was about 5, but then I shot a compound. But last May I switched over and shot Olympic style recurve, and within a year I was able to get to where I needed to be to shoot in college.
But not just any college. We're talking Texas A&M, where the Aggies are to collegiate archery what Alabama is to football.
Well, they now have 17 team national titles. They picked up their 17th 2 weeks ago, I believe. So, I mean, they definitely have a rich tradition. And I know two of their male recurvers last year are now living at the Olympic Training Center out in California. So they have a tradition of developing their archers to where they need to be.
And clearly an aptitude for finding recruits, even off the beaten path.
Well, my personal coach, Larry Skinner, out of Moberly, Missouri, is actually really good friends with Frank Thomas, which is A&M's head archery coach. And they actually coached in the 2000 and 2004 Olympics together. So that's kind of how they knew. So it's just kind of like a puzzle piece deal, just fit together for me.
While this represents an amazing opportunity for Jackson Wagner to push the ceiling of his own potential, it bears noting that Texas A&M is also gaining a young man of considerable drive and deep personal resolve, both on the range and in the classroom that was forged in loss.
And I used to shoot a lot of like indoor tournaments and outdoor tournaments when I was little, and I would always do really good at those. But then we had to take a couple years off, and we actually took those couple years off because my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and she passed away in 2012. But then that kind of like, it gave me a little spark, that little spark I needed to really push myself to get better at this, and that's what I do. So that's kind of like my inspiration. I'm majoring in special education. That's what my mom did for 10 years, and like growing up, I was able to see the impact that she was able to have on people's lives, so that kind of inspired me to follow in her footsteps.
Clearly, Jackson is a young man undaunted by challenge, and as such, he's taken with enthusiasm this chance to measure his skills against the nation's very best.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It is kind of intimidating just because they are such a good school for archery, but they also have a couple of other athletes coming in next year that are already at the level where they can compete for the Olympic team. So I'm definitely excited just to train with them and see what it takes to really be at that level. I mean, it just, with anything, with any sport, it takes a lot of time and effort, and definitely with this, you don't get better if you don't practice. So I'm out here shooting 3 to 4 hours a day, just shooting arrows. That's how you get better.